Vando, not a shooter, left it short. Reeves with the offensive board. Little short jumper is good. Austin Reeves, who was spectacular in that Game 1 win. Averaging good numbers here in the playoffs. Brooks missing again.
It's impatience. You know, if you're Dylan Brooks, there's 16 on the shot clock. You know, can struggle from deep. I know you can get hot. I know how hard you work defensively. It's been an absolute abysmal start. Don't take that shot with 16 ticks.
Russell off the double drag, drew the foul. They'll wave it off. Mark Davis says it was prior to the gather, but let's see. He's conferring with Brian Forte, and they're going to count it.
I mean, that's an easy call. That's pick and roll action, second consecutive possession. You get D'Angelo Russell, who has been struggling mightily, going to his strong hand, and the bench reacting. D'Angelo Russell, when he plays well, takes this group to another level.
Yes.
And it has been a big-time struggle shooting the basketball for this guy through the first couple games.
Los Angeles Lakers in the midst of an 11-0 run right now. And a much better start than the one in Game 2 in Memphis. And they hit the snooze button a little bit early.
Bernard on the floor, he brings some shooting.
Santi Aldama subs into the game as well. Josh still on the floor, guarded by Schroeder, who just checked in. Got to a strong hand and draws the foul on an incredulous Anthony Davis. John looks at him and says, "You got me, big fella."
It's just impossible to keep in front. You know, Dennis Schroeder presses up, anticipating some help. Anthony Davis comes over. How about the adjustment? Hits him on the elbow. That's where Ja loses control of the basketball. Just hoping he's not getting hit directly on the hand on those forays.
As you look, Doris, at the rotation on the ball, he's able to turn his wrist over because there's good spin on that thing. And his dad, T. Morant, was telling me prior to tip-off that he always tells his son, as his first coach, reach for the back of the basket, and he was able to turn his wrist over. So all indications are, as far as shooting goes, he's all right. Here's LeBron on the slot cut. Got it.
You see what I mean about crispness? You don't allow the physicality of this team to come into play. They're just running that staggered screen for D'Angelo, and obviously he makes a nice play on the LeBron cut.
James with 8 quick points already. Ja kicks it out to Aldama. And finally a 3-ball falls.
You just got to stay with it. Keep defending if you're Memphis, but I think you've got to start to impact the basketball a little bit more.
There's that double drag. Davis raising up. Darvin Ham going right back to that particular set you mentioned, Doris, a moment ago. Pressing all the right buttons so far. Aldama at the other end. A whistle and a foul going to go against James.
You're getting a steady diet of this. Stagger screen for D'Angelo Russell. Tillman sort of caught in no man's land. Doesn't want to lose contact with Anthony Davis, but he's thinking about trying to help on D'Angelo. You lose touch with Anthony Davis, he's going to put it on your head. Look out, good night.
When he's right, folks, he is one of the top 5 players in the NBA. And remember, there was that stretch in February where Anthony Davis went on a tear. Right now, Lakers up by 15. Brooks goes to the bench, 0 for 4 from the field. Tyus Jones coming into the ball game for for John Morant. Aldama with a nice ball fake, waltzing through the paint, and that's going to be an offensive foul with the ward off, using that off arm. Interesting coaching matchup. Taylor Jenkins and Darvin Ham. We'll get back to that in a moment.
Mark Jones, if I'm at the park and I get called for that, I am really annoyed.
Tell you to sit down.
I'm going to say, we're running that back and it's my ball.
Yeah. Russell, Davis with the offensive rebound. Oh, he sent it with his chest. Timeout, Memphis.
Lakers, sellout, Hollywood, AD doing AD things. Memphis got to find itself fast.
Tonight's Access is brought to you by Adobe
Great
Acrobat.
job starting. Possession by possession. Keep digging our heels in. Maintain it. Come on, possession by possession. Let's keep it going. Defense on 3, 1, 2, 3.
So a couple things about them are possession by possession. 13 of their 18 field goal attempts have come in the paint, and it's a result of two things. Memphis has turned it over 5 times. They've given up 8 points. They've also given up 4 offensive rebounds. That's why they're living in the paint, the Lakers.
Roddy coming into the ball game for the Grizzlies. Kennard turns the corner against Beasley, who checked in for Los Angeles. Ball comes loose. Jackson retrieves it. End of the shot clock, and misses the layup. Good contest by Anthony Davis. Here's Russell. Changed speeds and got the foul from Santi Aldama. That's going to be the second team foul against Memphis. Lakers also with 2. Dylan Brooks on the bench right now. 0 for 4 from the field. And has been unable to slow down LeBron James in the early going of this game. LeBron with 8.
The combined 0 for 7 are Dylan Brooks and Desmond Bane. 2 guys that play a ton of minutes.
Bane had a huge breakout year this year for Memphis as Russell knocks down the first of 2 free throws. Xavier Tillman is a great story for the Memphis Grizzlies. Had that 22-point, 13-rebound game 2. A real monument to humility and modesty. Early in the season, he asked Taylor Jenkins if he'd go down and play with the G League team, the Memphis Hustle, just so he could get reps and stay ready. And he met the moment and the challenge in game 2. Bernard up top. Tillman at the elbow against Davis. Roddy cross court. Aldama with a show and go. Everything but the finish. Got it back. Out to Tyus Jones from deep. And the cold 3-point shooting continues. They're now 1 for 7 from deep. Lakers up 19 already in the game. Russell from 3. Roddy guarded by Russell. Here's the ball screen. Tillman flipped it. Roddy shoots it and bricked it. For a team that was amongst league leaders in points in the paint, they have chosen to shoot more perimeter shots, Doris.
Mark, they've attempted 4 shots in the paint. 4. Settling for jump shots. They're 0 for 8 on open shots. And for Taylor Jenkins, this is a brutal start, obviously, offensively. We talked about it. Oklahoma City is not in the playoffs. They're the youngest team by age, Memphis. They sort of play beyond their years, or have for much of it. But this has been a struggle big time. 5
on the clock for Kennard. Aldama from deep. And another miss. Schroeder with the board and the push. Off the double drag, Schroeder. Touches the paint. Davis tried to follow, and Roddy comes out of the pack with the ball. Kennard with a head of steam, sprays it out to the corner. Jones for 3. Kennard with the putback.
Kennard was a big pickup for them. He can be a decision maker, pick and roll, shoots it well. Shooting at above 40% since joining Memphis.
13 in game 2. Rui Hachimura continues on a hot streak with that tongue wagging. He's going to have the defense sagging. His confidence imbued in the last couple of games. Kennard at the other end missed it. Rui Hachimura averaging about 24 a game in the first 2. Davis trying to turn the corner. Backs down Tillman. Light work. This is the largest lead of the series for any team. Jones snakes the screen and misses the mark again. Hachimura on the break. Steps through. Got it! With James on the bench, the Lakers storming out to a 33-9 advantage. Jones gave it away. Rui on the break.